After playing Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown for the past few days, and having played its two predecessors, even finishing TDU 2 multiple times, I feel like I have enough knowledge to make this video. So, without further ado, this is my thorough review of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Quick disclaimer, before we begin, I have to say that I love this series, and I might be a bit biased when saying my opinion, although I'll definitely criticize this game when it's necessary, so at the end of the video you will have a complete picture of whether to potentially buy this game or not. Enjoy! The game begins with you choosing and customizing your character, which takes quite some time, but immediately after finishing that part, you experience your first time driving. And probably the first thing you notice is how good the game looks. I must mention that what you're seeing on the screen is my gameplay on medium graphics, the second lowest option possible. There's low, medium, high, and ultra. And I'm running on medium because I have an RTX 280, so my game won't run any higher without lag, unfortunately. And also, the game is played on an ultra wide screen, so obviously when seeing it on YouTube is gonna be worse than what I'm seeing when playing the game. Anyway, the game looks absolutely stunning. It is so detailed, everything looks really polished and well done. The shadows are clean, everything looks amazing, especially the cars. You start the game by driving a Lamborghini Huracan, and you very quickly get introduced to the Streets and Sharp clans, which are the two main clans you can choose between in this game. Immediately after, the game starts a race which you have to win against Vivian Hughes in order to prove yourself, so to say. And about the look of the cars, they are stunning, both on the outside and especially on the inside, which I always admire these games for. I think the interiors are probably best in class, even better than the Forza or the Crew series. And while we're talking about the first time driving, we have to talk about how the driving feels like. And I can tell you, as a keyboard player, it's really good. The handling feels sharp, it's quite amazing, and it is 100% polished. There's pretty much nothing wrong with it. So I'm guessing this is also a very good game for wheel players if you're looking for that feel, that driving feel. Moving on, after winning the race against Vivian, you must win two more races to unlock access on the bigger island, as you actually start on a small island next to the main map, main island. It's a bit confusing, I know, but I didn't find it problematic or anything, it's just a bit of confusion. After finishing those races and winning them because you're facing some easy difficulty AI, you're done with the introduction. I found it quite nice with the introduction of Vivian and two easy simple races which paved the way to the actual game. And of course, the Lamborghini Huracan is the first car you drive in the game, which I think is lovely. So overall, a decent introduction and I have no real complaints about it. After finally flying to the main island, the first place you go to is the Solar Crown Hotel, which in my opinion is the single worst feature in the game. Let me explain. The idea I think is really good. A place where people can meet, look at cars in the main lobby, and each player has their own hotel room, which is a cool concept. The big problem I have with it, however, like a lot of people who are fans of this series, is houses. One word, houses. Houses do not exist in this game. And if you know anything about the TDU series, you know houses are the core of the previous games. The way Test Drive Unlimited works is based on a triangle. You win races and do missions to buy houses. The reason you buy those houses is to have garage space for cars. And the reason you buy more and more cars is to win those races, so that you can get more houses, and on and on. You get the idea. It's a very simple and effective triangle. Earn money, houses, cars. Earn money, houses, cars. And so on. Unfortunately, this triangle doesn't exist anymore because, well, obviously houses do not exist, so you essentially have a triangle with two angles. Weird. But the thing is, it was a really enjoyable mechanic. And instead, in this game, we only got a hotel, where you only have a 6-car garage, which in my opinion is just absurd. And the houses were not even just about the garage space, as you could modify a lot of things inside the house exactly the way you wanted it. For example, changing a couch, or chairs. You could even put on walls whatever pictures you took while playing the game, because if you know, these games all have a photo mode, which in my opinion is really cool. Don't get me wrong, I think the solar hotel is an interesting concept, and I would have liked it a lot had houses existed. But sadly, they don't exist. I mean, just imagine GTA 5 having only a hotel for everyone. No other properties. Would you have liked it as much as you like it now, for example? And properties are not even the core of GTA 5, while in TDU they certainly are. Anyway, after you leave the Solar Crown Hotel, you have to buy your first car. In stark contrast to the hotel, this is one of the best things this game has to offer. And I'm not talking about your first car purchase specifically, but about car dealerships in general. They are absolutely amazing. Obviously, they look good, just like everything in this game, but the actual features are what makes the dealerships so unique. For starters, you can go to any car you like, lower its windows, open the doors, and get in the car. You can honk, start the engine, and rev it. How cool is that? Take a listen to some revs. And the best feature out of all of them? You can test drive any car you like whenever you want, albeit for about 2 minutes. But it's still such an amazing feature, and it feels like you're in real life. It's like a real life car dealership experience, and I absolutely love it. And the nice thing is, maybe you go, oh my god, I love the Veyron more than the Centenario. I'm gonna buy it. And then you get ready to buy it, but you see test drive. So you decide you try both cars out, and you find out that you actually like the Centenario more. One of the best features ever in my opinion. And oh my god, please take a listen to this W16 on the Veyron. It's so amazing. Anyway, you get some money from winning those early races to buy your first car, and you can choose between a Mustang GT, a Nissan 370Z, and an Alpine A110. I personally chose the 370Z because I like that car a lot, and after choosing it, another great feature showed up, and that is, when buying a car in this game, all the paint color options, the interior options, and the wheel options are just like the real life car dealer options, which I find once again wonderful. The features inside the dealers are so good. Oh, and did I forget to mention how after buying the car, you get an animation where the salesperson hands you the keys of the car? Yeah, that too. In my opinion, amazing attention to detail. After buying your first car, it's finally time for the main gameplay part of this game. And, for the most part, it doesn't disappoint. You have two main things to do. The first, and probably the most obvious, is the races. They are scattered around the island for different types of cars, and all you have to do is drive to one and press E to play. Quite simple. Once you're in the main menu, you have two types of races, either solo races or multiplayer races. I can only show you the solo races because there aren't many people playing this game, and I actually never did a multiplayer race so far because, yeah, well, waiting times are quite long. Although I suspect doing multiplayer races, especially when playing with friends, is much more fun and it would probably be hard to get bored of. However, the solo mode is not bad by any means. The new update, which came out about a month ago, has introduced an AI difficulty option, which now allows you to change the difficulty level of the AI. You have 5 options to choose from, those being novice, amateur, intermediate, experienced, and expert, and you get paid accordingly for each level. Novice doesn't give you a bonus at all, intermediate gives you plus 20%, and expert plus 40%. Very simple, the harder the races, the more money you get. Additionally, there are so-called time attack races, in which you must beat a certain time in order to win and get the money. It's a pretty straightforward concept, nothing complicated about it, and the time itself is generally easy to beat, so even if you're not a great racer, you're probably still going to beat the time. So there's really nothing to worry about. And this just adds to the variety of the races, which I think is again a really nice thing and feature. Moreover, in the top right corner of your screen, you have both the percentage of the distance completed and the time you have left to complete the race, so you'll know if you're in any trouble. And if you somehow crash and lose a lot of time, you can obviously restart the race, something you can do with the races against AIs as well, which I forgot to mention there. But yeah, you have any trouble, restart the race. The second main thing you can do, and one of my favorite things to do in this game, is doing missions. Yes, they are finally back with the new season, and I love them so much because this is what the TDU DNA is all about. For people who don't know, the TDU DNA is all about the unique features that this series brought. From dealerships to customization, from houses to missions, there are things that only this series has, or was the first ever to introduce. The 2 previous games, released in 2006 and 2011, respectively, had features completely ahead of their time. And that's what made TDU TDU. That's the TDU DNA. The reason this game is very unpopular and disliked is because when it launched back in September, most of those features were missing. However, after the new update last month, these features have mostly come back, except for houses, which I already talked about. So, missions. Absolutely wonderful to have. They are so TDU and I just love them. If I'm not mistaken, there are close to 30 missions currently available, with more to come as said by the TDU SC developer. They are convoy missions, to be specific, and the concept of them is simple and quite amazing. You, again, like with races, have to drive to one of them, with around 2 to 3, I think, being constantly present on the map. However, there's a little twist. They are only available for 30 minutes, and after they despawn, new ones spawn in different locations, as they're actually different. The real deal begins when you arrive, as each one has a unique story with an animation. As an example, someone needs you to take their car to a location for a photo shoot, and there are a lot of similar yet different stories like this. The animation is also great, something this game desperately needed, as animations play a key role in this, just like they did in TDU 2, because these missions are pretty much identical to what they were in TDU 2 as well. Take a look and obviously a listen to one of these animations.
Hello, are you the one in charge of delivery? Here are the keys.
And these missions might look really easy at first, but things can go wrong very quickly.
Well, I hope you have a good explanation for this, and you can forget about getting paid.
There are multiple reasons why these missions are very good for the game. like the variety it brings by having a different source other than races of earning money. But in my opinion, the most important of those reasons is the beginner-friendly concept. As someone playing this game for the first time recently, it was really nice to experience these missions, as it gave me the opportunity to drive lots of different types of cars, ranging from sports cars and classics to SUVs and luxury cars. It is obvious that when starting the game, you have no money to buy cars, and it takes a lot of time to get enough money to actually have a good variety of cars in your collection. So these missions are perfect for people who just started playing the game and want some variety added. Even getting your second car takes time, so this really helps a lot. And I don't even need to mention that this is evidently good for experienced players as well, since this brings a unique aspect to the game, one which no other open world games had done before this series, and something which only a few games like The Crew 2 have even today. Anyway, races and missions are the two main progression components in the game, that's obvious. But there are other small things that help the game not feel too empty. One of those things is another TDU first, and that is car wrecks. The concept is simple. There are 14 car wrecks scattered across the island, and once you find all of them, you get that car for free. And there are 2 cars, so 20 total wrecks. The best part is, you find most of these by accident, while exploring the island or driving to a mission or a race. That's if you don't search on the internet, of course. And finding them is easy. You have a blue button pop up to the left of your car, which flickers more and more, and some sort of sound which you can hear more often when you get closer. It's simple, you find them easily, and I don't know, I think it's just a cool, simple mechanic which helps you get 2 free cars. Win-win. Another small feature of this game is map exploration, and again, it's easy to explain. For every percent of the map you explore, you get XP for your reputation, which is the progression part of the game, granting you rewards for each level you get. Adding to the variety of TDU are also find the fastest way races, in which you only have some sort of compass to help guide you to the finish line, and you have to be the quickest doing it. I didn't include this in the section where I talked about races, however, because I forgot to record both of the ones I did, as I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Other than houses, I would also like to talk about the fact that there is one more missing feature that upsets the community of TDU, or at least a part of it, and that is the missing offline mode. Test Drive Unlimited 2 is known very well for the Solar Crown Cup, which was a single-player campaign in which you had to win multiple sets of missions with the 3 main classes of cars in that game. A coming from Asphalt, which were the most cars in the game, B coming from Off-Road, pretty self-explanatory, and C which comes from Classics, meaning the old cars. People really enjoyed that campaign in TDU 2, and I've seen a lot of people complain about the non-existent offline mode in TDU SC. Here's a hot take on this. I think this game doesn't need it. We're in 2025. Very few people who are on social media nowadays, and especially those who have heard about this series, because there are select few who have, don't have access to a solid or at least a decent internet connection. Let's be realistic, most of us do. I understand the main issue for a lot of players with the online mode is they just want that chill, lonely experience. I understand that. I sometimes want that too, but the thing is, people don't really play this game. I hate to say it, as this series is very special to me, but that's actually the truth. And I'm gonna talk about this in the online part of this game, which is also important to mention. Sadly, there isn't really currently one. During my playtime of this game, which was around 10 hours as of this video, I have seen 3 players. 3. In 10 hours. And this guy on screen right now is the only one I met while driving, as the other 2 were in the Solar Hotel lobby. So that chill, lonely experience that some of you are looking for, you definitely have it, as not many people play this game. Even if somehow some people started playing, there are still things you can do alone, like missions, solo races against AI, and if you're not into this type of stuff, then just explore the island. And we have to talk about the island as well. This is a one-to-one recreation of the real-life Hong Kong island. If I'm not mistaken, the only thing that doesn't actually exist on the actual island is the Solar Crown Hotel, and I'm pretty sure most of the dirt roads, if not all of them, have been transformed from real-life human paths into car roads. While not entirely accurate, it adds so much to the game and just improves the feature of the already amazing island that Hong Kong is. I should also mention that a small part of Ibiza, one of the islands from TDU 2, has also been added to the game, and while I haven't got around to it yet, I've seen gameplay of it and it is absolutely stunning. For the general vibe of the TDU series, it's probably even better than Hong Kong Island. It's only a small portion of the island for now, but they have promised to expand it, so I'm guessing we'll see it complete sometime in 2026 maybe? I don't know, I just hope so. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is currently in the best state it's ever been, but that doesn't say much considering its launch last year was disastrous. Had I made this video back in September 2024, this review would have been completely different, but since then, a lot of things have changed. The big question is this: should you avoid it, consider it, or straight up buy it? As of right now, there is no reason to avoid it anymore, as this game has improved drastically since release. If you're someone who plays games only for purpose and wants to have goals while playing, then you should just consider it, as you don't have a purpose or a scope in what you're doing, since there are no houses, and houses are apparently supposed to come out later this year, probably in September for the 1 year anniversary, so definitely consider it. But for the people who want to just play for fun and not care about having goals in a video game, and you like racing games, then this is for you, especially if you can convince at least a friend to buy this game with you, and I guarantee you will have fun. So yeah, I would buy it. But I must say, if you want a full gaming experience, with fun as well as purpose, you shouldn't buy this, and I cannot, with good conscience, recommend this game. At least for now. Houses are in my opinion the one thing that keep this game from being an actual good game. For now, this is just a fun experience and nothing else. So this is it. This is my 2025 review of TDUSC. There are a few things I missed, like the clan battle part, but honestly, there aren't many players playing this game currently. So for me, the online mode with all the clan stuff is really not that relevant, unfortunately. I want to also add that I worked hard for this video. The quality of my videos has improved drastically, at least in my mind. I have never done any type of editing in my life until I started this channel, and I put a lot of effort into this video, so please consider subscribing if you want more content like this. And I want to know if you enjoyed this video, so leave a like if you did, and tell me if and what improvements are still necessary. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.